I have zero idea if this deck is gonna work, but we're gonna try it because I think it might be something. Hey everybody, Nick from 9Card TCG, and today we are trying a deck that I got an idea from. Azul GG made a video on a Galarian Moltres V Rapid Strike Urshifu Vmax deck, and I thought, well, if Rapid Strike can do it, then Single Strike can do it, and I guess we're gonna find out if it can. Spoiler, I did build this deck yesterday, and I played a single game with it, and it was probably the craziest game of my life, and I obviously don't have I didn't record like video or anything, so I'm just gonna talk over it, I guess. But yeah, that's that. Also, before we get started, huge shout out to my man Mr. Optimism from my Discord. He put together the thumbnail for this video in 2 hours. I just messaged him and was like, hey, I need you to help me out with this, and he did without question. Just like, yes, absolutely, I'll get on it. So thank you so much, really do appreciate that. With all that said, let's get into the video. So the deck is mainly focused around Single Strike Urshifu Vmax and Single Strike Urshifu V. All of these we've talked about before, right? The idea is to utilize the Houndoom with Single Strike Roar to get energies onto those Pokemon, and the energies we're getting are the Single Strike energies, which do 20 more damage when they're attached to one of your Single Strike Pokemon. So you can easily build up this Vmax attack with its base 270. You can build it up to 290, 310, 330, even 350 if you have 4 Single Strike energies attached to it. Super good. But the problem is this weakness down here. It is weak to Psychic, and there is a lot of Psychic decks running around, whether it's Rapid Strike Urshifu with Dragapult, Dragapult being the Psychic type, whether it's Mewtwo GX, which is a Psychic type, whether it's Gengar Mimikyu Psychic type. You have Shadow Rider Calyrex and Alcremie, which are both Psychic types. So there's a lot of Psychic at the moment, and we get creamed by Psychic. Most Psychic Pokemon are weak to Dark types. Not all, but most. And so we have a new Dark type attacker in Galarian Moltres V. It is a Dark type Pokemon, 220 HP, with the Dire Flame Wings ability. Once during your turn, you can take a Dark Energy from your discard pile and attach it to this Pokemon, but you can only use one Dire Flame Wings ability each turn, and it has the Aura Burn attack for 2 Dark and a Colorless. Does 190 damage, but you do take 30 damage to yourself. Now, this is enough to take the KO on any Psychic Pokemon that's weak to Dark. You're going to be doing 380. So even if it's a Shadow Rider Calyrex Vmax with a big charm, you're still taking the KO. Now, we can't use Houndoom to accelerate energy onto Moltres, which is unfortunate, but we can use these Dark type energies. And what works well about this is Single Strike Urshifu requires you to discard your energies after attacking with Gmax 1 blow. So if we have a Dark type energy to fulfill this colorless, we can discard it with Gmax 1 blow and then attach it from the discard pile to our Moltres to set up an attack later. We also discard things with Dedenne and Quick Ball, all things that we discard cards. So if we put those energies into the discard pile, we can attach them to our Moltres. Same thing with Professor's Research. So we are running 4 Dark energies, and we are also running 3 Fighting energies because we can use Single Strike Urshifu's Laser Focus to help power it up really quickly. If you're worried about things like Decidueye, well, Houndoom and also the Gmax 1 blow can both attack Decidueye, so we're good. We're running 4 Tower of Darkness. We really want to be able to dig through our deck to find those Fighting and Dark energies as needed. 2 Evolution Incense, 2 Pokecoms to, set up our Houndours and Houndooms and get all the stuff we need. We are running a Skyla, 1 copy to help with that little bit of consistency. Sometimes you just need to find one of your 4 Urn of Vitalities or one of your 2 Scrolls of Scorn to just put a lot of damage on if you're, talking Scroll or Switch, whatever it may be. So that's pretty much the deck. Let's see how it goes. If you're new to the channel, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe and bell notification button so you never miss another video. Hitting that subscribe button does help the channel grow because people are more likely to watch a channel that has a lot of viewers than one that doesn't, even though they should probably give any channel that looks interesting a chance. So here we go. Not a bad start. Our opponent not having any basic Pokemon, so we get to take they take a mulligan, and for every time they have to do that, we get to draw one card, which is pretty nice. So we are playing a fire deck. Okay, fire is fine. Victini Vmax can be a little problematic because they are just so quick to set up. So, and there's the Victini as I say that. So Victini Vmax, yeah, not, especially if they get to go first, because they're going to evolve immediately, so not exactly what we want to see. I'm like a little hesitant here to we'll get rid of our tower. So they're going to do 220 damage with max victory, and that's enough to take the KO on our Urshifu. That's assuming they have the VMAX and an energy, which is honestly not asking for too much. All you need is an Evolution Incense, a Pokecom, and an energy. And considering they run something like Giant Hearth, they can probably get it. So I'm going to quick ball away this. Let's get this dark energy out of here. And I'm going to get another Urshifu. And I will throw the scroll on, and I think that's going to be it. I kind of want to save that research for next turn, because this way I can evolve, and then use the research to get a fresh hand. There's the VMAX. So all they need is a fire energy, or really any energy, to use max victory. They're going to boss up my Houndour, probably. No, my other Urshifu. Okay. I mean, it has the scroll, so I understand why they would want to do that. Seems like they don't have the energy just yet. They're trying to dig for it with the Crobat. And there it is. So, I'm kind of glad we didn't attach that energy. I mean, I guess if we attach the energy, we'd have to choose, do they want to deal with the one with the scroll or the one with the energy? But man, yeah, this is gonna be tough. Victini Vmax is just so fast. That's like their big thing, is that they are just a very fast deck. Turn 2, you're hitting for 220. Like, how do you compete with that? So we'll throw down. We'll evolve. We'll evolve. This way they can't take the instant KO. I guess we'll throw. Okay. And I don't want to Evolution Incense, because if we get Marnied, then I would just basically lose the Evolution Incense, whereas if I just wait until next turn when I can actually evolve the Houndour, it might be better. And I don't want to tower away my energy. Maybe I'll get rid of this VMAX. There's a Moltres, so we can Dire Flame Wings to get an energy on it. And let's leave it at that for now. So they're either gonna boss up the Moltres, or they're just gonna swing into the Urshifu. Those are basically their two options. So they can't boss up the Moltres. So what we can do next turn is we can research Dire Flame Wings, and now we have our Moltres attacker. So let's see. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to single strike Roar, right? We have no choice. They have 310 HP, so that's 270, 290, 310. We'll do it this way. We'll Evolution Incense. Get our Houndoom. And let's Marnie to try to get their hand down just a little bit. We got some urns, which is good. And I'm going to hang on to this Evolution Incense, because next turn what we can do is play the Evolution Incense to get anything, and then calm it away for a, whatever it's called, a single strike Urshifu. And now we'll discard all those energies. We'll put one on to Moltres next turn. There's a Skyla. That's not bad. A Switch. And another Moltres. So we can calm away the Moltres. I would like to see a capture energy or something like that. That would be super helpful. But they will take the KO. Yeah, actually, I think we're kind of... I think we lose this one, no matter what. Because they're going to take 3 prizes here. So, I think we lose no matter what. Because they're not going to be able to do 310 damage. But, you know, this is basically the setup, right? You use Moltres like that after Gmax 1 blow. Obviously, it's not the best showing. But, you know, we'll be able to earn, get our single strike energies back. We can calm away this Moltres for an Urshifu. I'm really just playing this out so you can kind of see how the deck would be functioning. I think if this was any other deck, we would be in an incredible spot. I mean, this is like, how do you ask for anything better? But it's just unfortunate that Victini Vmax just happens to be that kind of deck that's incredibly fast, and, you know, especially if they get to go first. I mean, this is a one prize game, and against a deck that just that takes very quick knockouts on Pokemon V incredibly easily. So I think this was a success. I think that shows off what the deck can do, even though we didn't win. I thought it played very well. So I'm actually pleased with that. If you are a new player and you want to learn how to play the Pokemon TCG just a little bit better, then you can definitely follow me on social media, and you also have my Discord that you can join, link in the video description, and that's what it's really geared towards, new players, trying to teach them how to play the game a little bit better. So this is not an ideal start. We can get a fighting energy onto this. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We might be playing Eternatus. I don't know if it's Eternatus or if it's like a Weezing control type deck. But this is how we'll do it. And because this way we can at least laser focus and get set up for an attack. I don't want to fill up too much on my bench. So we will laser focus. We'll get those 2 energies on there, and there we go. So we'll see. There's the neutralizing gas, which again makes me think that they're playing Eternatus, but they could just be going control. I mean, for an Eternatus deck, they sure don't have any Eternatus on the field. They can put that chest plate on there, that's fine. What does this do? They take an extra prize. Okay. I mean, they are weak to fighting. So, I do have the Marnie. I would like to try to find that Vmax. So I can not be... poisoned. But I definitely don't want to give up 2 single strike energies. So, let's see. They have 130, and this does... What does Galarian Chestplate do? Takes 30 less damage, so they essentially have 160 damage. So this is 80 because of weakness, 90 because of do 100. So I kind of have to impact blow. That's unfortunate. And they are just going to take the KO this coming turn. This is where maybe I should have data changed. Try to find the Vmax. Oh well. Especially now if I draw into something like completely dead. It's not terrible. Not terrible. I did not mean to put the energy on this Houndour. That was obviously a misclick that I did not realize I did. Well, Urn, we will try to... Oh, man. What do I want to do? Do I... Oh, damn. How do I do this? I think I kind of have to. Okay. So, let's quick ball away this Calm. We'll get an Urshifu. We will single strike Roar to reduce our chances of finding one. Because what I really want is an energy and a switch. And we'll research this all away. Oh man, I'm like really in a tough spot here, huh? I think we just have to do it. We just have to go in. Couldn't find the energy, like this, the air balloon or the switch. Actually, I think we got rid of both of our switches. We did. But I still have an air balloon in here. We'll do the dark energy. And we'll just leave it at that. I really hope they don't have a boss. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have not single strike. Yeah, I shouldn't have single striked Roar. Because if they have a boss, then this is going to be game over. That was kind of a misplay. You know, there's two ways to handle it. You can use single strike Roar to get those energies out of the deck and, you know, thin it out to maybe find the thing you're looking for just a little easier. Or you can make all the plays and then wait to see if you get what you need before you start putting those single strike energies, because you are going to be taking damage. And now that I'm taking damage, it's easier for me to get knocked out. And they're not going to play boss though. They're going to play Piers. So safe for the moment. I can Dire Flame Wings next turn after this Houndoom gets knocked out. So let's do some math here. If I evolve into Beatdown, so that would do 120, 40. 140, they have 60 damage. So they have 160 hit points left. I'll do 160. Just enough to knock them out. And we can Dire Flame Wings, get that on there. We can single strike Roar, get this on you, and then we're gonna save that urn. We'll beat down, we'll take our 2 prizes, and then we still have enough to Gmax 1 blow next turn on their other Moltres. Or we can beat down again on their... We can actually boss up their Moltres, which is nice. Assuming they don't Marnie us. Because if they go for the severe poison, yeah, we'll take 40. But I'd rather take 40 over 2 turns and take 190 in 1. That stings the nostrils. But we do have a... Okay. So at least we can tower away. I did not mean to click on that. We can at least tower away, like, this Houndour, I guess. Because we have 1 plus an energy, which is okay. Actually, now I do want to look at that. We don't have any more dark energies. Let's see. That Marnie really hurt. I really want to try to find that boss. God, that was a really bad Marnie to take. Okay, we'll get rid of this Houndoom. There's, of course, the Air Balloon, which... we have how much? We have 250. We'll have 210 after this. They do 190. We will get knocked out after. I used the single strike roar already, huh? Wow. I guess I'm... where are my scrolls? Yeah, I think we're gonna lose this one. We just didn't have... that... man, that Marnie really killed us. Isn't that always the story, though? You have the hand you need. And Marnie, that's just how it goes. They're going to boss up the Urshifu, I'd imagine. I'm going to put a 4th energy. Oh, okay. Okay. And they're going to poison it. Oh, I can't neutral. Okay. That's why, because of the neutralizing gas. Okay, well, I guess I'm done. I can't use any abilities because of neutralizing gas. Yeah, they're just gonna... So here we're playing the same deck. This is where I recorded it during my test run, and we happen to be playing against Shadow Rider Calyrex. We do take a mulligan, which is unfortunate, and we don't have the greatest hand in the world. I would have really liked to have at least an Urshifu or a Calyrex. Obviously, Calyrex would be the better option. Obviously, Moltres would be the better option against Calyrex. So we drop our Houndours and we just kind of have to pass. We don't have energy to attach, and we don't really have a quick ball or a calm to try to get some type of attacker going. Our opponent is going to come out swinging with the Calyrex and throwing that Gengar Mimikyu onto the bench. It is not a good time for us. They're going to go ahead and quick ball. That Path to the Peak does and doesn't affect us. It'll hurt them a little bit more in the beginning of the game as they're trying to set up their underworld doors. They do go ahead and Marnie us, which is pretty sweet. I mean, we had our own Marnie, which we would have probably used if we didn't straight up research. And this is not a bad hand now. I know it might not look like it. Getting rid of the Tower of Darkness does kind of hurt, but at least now we can quick ball away like the scroll or the urn, get something. I think I actually quick ball away the calm, and we can get like a Crobat or something just so that we can oh wait, no we can't, the Horror House, we can't play anything from our hand even though we have a pretty decent hand. And just the fact that they are, now they're so far ahead of us, right? They have a pretty strong setup. We are in a lot of trouble. So they go ahead, they get their research. They have 3 Calyrex down, and they are going to pitch away this entire hand, which is a little surprising. They must have not had anything they were looking for if they're willing to just dump 7 cards like that. But, I mean, either way, we're going to get hit with that Poltergeist, and we are going to be taking 250 damage. I think that's what it does. So, really bad. Yeah, 250 damage. That is just rough. And we have nothing on the field. I mean, we have just a single Houndour. Not even a Houndoom. So, we play the quick ball. We get rid of the scroll because anything we put out is going to get knocked out. We go for the Moltres, right? Because we need to start setting up dark type attackers. And now we can go ahead and get rid of our other. In hindsight, maybe I should have got rid of the Urn, but whatever. We do go with the Crobat. I guess that's why I went with the Calm, because we were looking for the Crobat anyway. So we go ahead, we get our Houndoom into play, and we are going to single strike Roar in just a second, I believe, but we are going to get one more Pokemon. The Urshifu is not going to help us, so we decide to get rid of that as well. And I think we are deciding between another Houndour and another Moltres, but we go with the Houndour because if this Houndoom gets knocked out or they boss it up or whatever, then we have something to attack with or to set up another Houndoom. We switch into the Crobat, which is a little weird, maybe, but the reason I do it is I'm either going to force them to boss something up, or they're going to take the knockout on my Crobat. They're going to get 2 prizes, yeah, but I'd rather them take the knockout on the Crobat, and then I can set up an attack next turn versus them taking something that I actually need, like my Houndooms. Now they're getting their Vmax going, and once they get 1 Vmax, they can Underworld Door, draw 2 cards, and then they can get another Vmax, Underworld Door, draw 2 cards. And they do have to be a little careful of decking out. They're already at 20 cards left in their deck, so it is something to keep in mind when you're playing Shadow Rider Calyrex, especially this version of it. Alright, so they get rid of my other tower, which again is a little bit of a problem. Luckily for me, I only have 1 trainer in the hand, so this Poltergeist is not going to do nearly as much as they think. That's my dog scratching at the door. I'm going to try to avoid letting him in, but if he keeps scratching, then I might just have to. They are setting up their 3rd Calyrex Vmax, and it is looking dismal. I mean, realistically, what could we even do in this situation? So I don't remember exactly how we handled this, so I'm going to be watching this with you. I do know we start attacking with the Houndoom, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. We decide to get rid of the whole hand, and we get a bunch of trainers, which we don't want to see when we're going up against Poltergeist. So we say, okay, let's try to get as many trainers out of our hand as we can. And we are going to single strike Roar onto our Houndoom. And now, even if they Poltergeist, we're still only taking 100 damage, which is going to leave us with 10 HP, enough to live to the next turn. Now, the Gengar Mimikyu is weak to Dark, so they're going to take 180 damage thanks to the boost from our single strike Roar, or single strike energies, and the Darkness Fang attack. So not too bad of an attack. They do Marnie, which is unfortunate because if they get 3 or more trainers in our hand out of the 4 cards we're about to draw, we are going to get knocked out. So we get just 2, which is beautiful. Very, very happy to see. And their board is set up for the most part. They have 5 energies. Now it's going to be 6, which is a ton of energies. But they only have 7 cards left in their deck. And I don't know if they realize that as they go for this other Underworld Door. Now they're down to 5. I mean, they are dangerously close to decking out. Now they do switch into the Calyrex to take the knockout, which is very, very unfortunate because, like I said, we only had 2 trainers in the hand. We can drop one of those trainers now to use the Urn of Vitality, so we're down to 1. But yeah, we're in a tough spot. We can manually attach that Dark Energy. I don't remember exactly what we do. I think we discard it actually, so we can Dire Wings Flame, and probably go with another. We go with the Dedenne. With, I guess since they took out the Gengar Mimikyu, that we can confidently get some more cards in our hand, but we are going to thin out just a little bit with the single strike energies. Oh, our plan was at the time, we are going to try to draw into an energy so that we can attack, get another tower down, and there's a single strike energy. It's exactly what you want to see. We have a bunch of energy, so if they do decide to attack with the Gengar Mimikyu, they're not going to be doing really any damage. But Marnie, they have a pretty big hand, and we have a bunch of energy, so we do need to do something about that. We have a boss for next turn, which is pretty nice. And we are going to retreat into our Houndoom to take another 180 damage. Because again, Calyrex weak to that single strike dark type Pokemon. So we're doing pretty good damage. I mean, all we need to do is hit it with one more Darkness Fang, and we are set on a knockout on a 3-prize Pokemon. Now, we do have 6 prizes left. They're down to 4 with 3 cards left in their deck. I mean, at this point, they've seen pretty much their whole deck. They throw a Path to the Peak down. It doesn't really affect us too much. Our Crobat and Dedenne are already used. We can't Dire Wing Flame at this point, but we do have another Tower of Darkness. They switch to a different Calyrex, which is so unfortunate, because now they have 2 Pokemon on the bench that are, have a bunch of damage, and there's really not a ton we can do about it. So we go ahead, we get rid of that stadium, and we get rid of one of our trainers, and we luckily get 2 energies, which is pretty sweet. And we are going to pitch this all away, get some dark energies. We're able to attach one and retreat into our Moltres, and we can hit with Aura Burn, which is going to take the knockout on this Calyrex. So that's 3 prizes down. Now we do take 30 damage, so we are down to 180 or 190 HP, and we get incredibly lucky with our prizes. They send up the Gengar Mimikyu thinking that surely I must have several trainers in my hand, but we don't. They are 1 shy, and we are able to go ahead and take the knockout on this Gengar Mimikyu, and somehow, against all odds, win with, if you notice, 0 cards left in our hand. That's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it a little bit informative. If you did, like I said, don't be afraid to hit the subscribe and bell notification button so you never miss another video. If you want to help with the channel, if you really like the video and you're like, you know what, I want to see this guy grow a little bit, leaving a comment and hitting the like button are 2 of the best ways to let YouTube know that other people should see this video as well. And if you absolutely love this channel and you're like, I need more of this guy in my life, well, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links in the video description. You can join the Discord if you want to learn to play, and we do play testing and we, all that kind of stuff. So right now it's a small group, but as the video keep coming out and the channel grows, the Discord is going to grow. So might as well get in while it's get in while the going's good. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.